Hey, I'm Kev. Welcome to another episode of the Challenge Rivals 2 recap. And this week's episode was a nice episode. So, the challenge episode starts with them in the club, and DM and ZT are flirting a little bit, and then we get a scene of Frank, and Frank is talking to John A, and it seems like John A and Frank are really good friends. I'm really confused as why Frank just talks crap about everybody, and he is just saying these new kids act like child. I'm like, you're a new guy too. This is your second challenge. You're as old as Jamie and Knight, as Nani. You guys came on in the same season. You guys all came in battle of the season. So I don't know what is your problem. Only because you have won one doesn't mean you're an expert. It might be that you are more physical than them. Not because you're paired with Johnny does not mean you have all the experience in the world. And you're just talking trash about the girls. Get in your own level and talk trash to somebody in your own size. I mean, you're just describing yourself, and then you're like, I'm changed, I'm a different person. Whatever, Frank, we don't give a shit about you, or at least I don't. I mean, what the fuck? These new kids, you're as new as them, so shut the fuck up. So now Jimmy is mad because she knows Frank is talking shit about her. And she's mad because Knight is not defending her. Oh god. I mean, you know Knight. He doesn't really care. I mean, and you want him to defend you, like, come on. So they take the argument to the house, and Camila is kind of worried about her partner, so she barges in the convo, and she starts screaming, and we have an amazing Camila come back as every season, and she goes crazy. And then we have Johnny pushing her buttons and calling her crazy. And I mean, everybody has their point, and I think everybody can get to that point, just that Camilla gets to that point faster than other people. And I really feel bad because what she was saying was so true. Camila has always had her had Johnny's back, and it seems like Johnny always wants to make her look like a crazy person, and Camila just gets all crazy, and it looks like they're wrestling. I don't know who it was. I bet it was Paula, Jimmy, and Emily trying to push her away. It was just whoa, and it started from Jimmy and Nine to Camila and Johnny, and I really feel bad for Camila. So we actually get to the challenge, and the challenge name are swingers. So basically, there's a platform, there's a trapeze, and there's a little bar. So what you have to do is start from a platform, jump with your partner to the from the trapeze all the way to the bar, and one of has to grab the bar like you're in the circus, and then the other one, and then you have to jump, and it's just a huge jump to the water, and then you have to go across a buoy, and then you have to come back to the start swimming to touch another buoy. So that is actually pretty hard challenge. It looks pretty difficult. I mean, just above. I mean, it looks you're very high, and then you have to like literally let yourself go and just jump from like this huge area, and then you have to like swim a lot. So it was like, yeah, it was really hard. So Anissa and DM actually have the choice of picking the order, and they choose Cook and Cara Maria to go first. It is a girl elimination day, so whoever does bad it goes immediately to the well, not immediately, but has a free pass to the jungle. So Cook and Cara Maria are actually, they want to set the bar high, literally like Cara Maria says, and they start off really good, but there is something about Cara Maria when she's in the water, she is just not a good swimmer. But I really felt bad for her because it looks like she was drowning, and I mean, poor her. So they almost finish it in 20 minutes, and this is partial because this is a time event. So if you have the longest time, you actually lose. So at this point, the next some of the next teams going have a really hard time. Marlon chooses to actually quit because he says the current is just too. I mean, it really looks like the swimming to the other end of the buoy to the finish line is really hard because of the current, and it seems like they're swimming, but they're staying in the same place, and they're actually feeling that they're staying in the same place, and you can see that they're like just moving around, but they're just in the same place. So actually, when Marlon falls to the water, he does this little jump, and I thought that was amazing. That was so cool. He's having fun during the challenges. So then Preston and I, they do poorly once again, and every time I see them performing, I'm like, what the hell are they still doing? So Nanya and Johnny have trouble swimming too. Um, Johnny actually has trouble swimming too, and Camila and Jimmy, I did not know this, but they're both lifeguards, so they actually do pretty good. And Anisi and Dim are in last. They are last to go, and they actually look pretty fast. Their movement, they have a good pace. But Anissa is just not having it, and she's just trying to hurry up, but I mean, she's having troubles, but she finished it. The fastest team for the guys was hands down TT and West. They flew through this. So at the end, the two best teams were Jimmy and Camila and Anissa and DM. So one of them is the winner, and the winner was Jimmy and Camila. And finally, we get to see somebody else winning, and I'm pretty happy because not the same people are winning. And actually, Emily had a little bit of trouble swimming, so as Camilla said, it's actually refreshing to see that Emily has weaknesses. Imagine that. So the best team for the guys was CT and West, and hands down they were. So yeah, the two worst teams for the girls were Cook and Cara Maria and Nani and Johnny. And I mean, I bet the girls were happy because the two teams that are like in the outside, that are just, they're just gonna go in, it's them. So it's Cook and Cara Maria that did the worst, and Cara Maria is taking the blame. So back in the house, John A knows that Frank is not gonna vote her in because she knows she has a really good friendship. So there's some talking here and there, and Cook is actually kind of pissed because Cara Maria can swim. So the voting comes, and everybody is thinking that Frank is not gonna vote John A, and John A is just, he's gonna not vote me in. And CT and West start to vote, and then there's votes for Emily and Paula. There's another vote for Nani and Johnny, and then it comes to Frank and Johnny, and they say not Nani and Johnny. So now they're in the jungle. So in the jungle we have Cook and Cara Maria versus Nani and Johnny, and those two are in the outside of the Axis Alliance. So it works really well for the Axis Alliance. And actually, Johnny is really mad, well, upset, not mad, and I understand her because I for sure know that if Johnny would have done that to Frank, he would have done a huge scene. He would have a breakdown. He would have cussed her out. And I mean, I think she took it very well. It looks like she was upset, but she did not make this whole drama scene about it. So we actually get to see more of CT and DM, but now CT is kind of flirting with Cook, and he wants to flirt with Cook so he can get to DM. So we get to the jungle. Yes, the jungle. And I see a ring, and I'm like, I hope it's not snappers. And I'm like, I hope it's something physical, but we did not get I did not get what I wanted because it's against snapper. You're gonna be blindfolded, you're gonna have bells on, and you're gonna have a big stick, and you're gonna turn like you're basically gonna hit a piñata. And you're gonna have to break the so basically you need to hear the bells, or you could just hear your partner's directions. So Cook and Cara Maria have this kind of code going on, and to me it seems like Cook and Cara Maria are just there playing the game, but they're not actually interacting, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Anyways, so first up is Cook versus Nani, and Cook wins that round because I think they had a better strategy of the code names and stuff like that. And then it's up to Johnny to hopefully win this round, and so they can go to a third round and see who wins. But unfortunately, Cook and Cara Maria have a better strategy, like I've said before, and they win they win the elimination round. And at this point, I really wanted those two teams to stay because I would have loved to see, let's see, in the final challenge, I would have loved to see Cook and Cara Maria, Nani and Johnny, and Anissa and DM. That would have been my ideal of a final. So I really love this team. They really proved themselves that they were a strong competitors, always kind of being second behind Emily and Paula, and I hope they come back and they come back better, faster, just stronger than ever, and just take those bitches' asses. Because I really enjoyed those two. So thank you for watching. See you next week, and it's just we have like 3 episodes, 4 episodes left, and this is just gonna be amazing. So let's keep watching, and thank you again, and see ya later, alligators.